2P angler Jason Reese here, heading out on a beautiful October Saturday morning out of Hillsborough Inlet. And heading out for a little bit of solo trolling today. So, my family's ready to go like boating this afternoon, and I need to get out in the water, even if today is actually forecast to be a low fish activity day. Gotta get out here. The best times to go fishing are the times you can go fishing: raining, not raining, sunny, not sunny. So I'm gonna go put a couple of hours of trolling in, and then I'm gonna go back with the family and grab them to go do some boating or go to the inlet or whatever this afternoon. So I'll run you through. I'm gonna run a 5-line spread today. It's gonna be pretty simple, and I'll run you through what I've got going out. On one outrigger, cedar flood. Gonna be number 4 planer on a Pink Sea Witch and a bonita strip. On the shotgun, it's gonna be a moonbird, Williamson feather, one extra rod for in case we take a long drive. One standby jig because it's still a Mahi. Gonna run this DTX 140 Nomad Minnow closest to the boat on the shore. And on the other outrigger, we're gonna run this like squiddy double hook. So we're like do a halfway moon, nothing spectacular. Could get lucky with a wahoo this morning, but I'll probably run like on the edge, somewhere between 200 to 500, looking for any kind of fish we can put in the box today. So I'll try a few things today. The fun thing about being out solo is you can kind of try your own stuff without worrying about anybody's expectations for putting fish in the box, but I'm confident we'll find something out here this morning. Stay tuned, thanks for watching. All right. 382 feet outside of Deerfield here. Just getting ready to get. I was just getting the outrigger up when we got hooked up here on the planer, 4-6 planer. There's been no other bites so far. Autopilot. It turns on, but it's not controlling the rudder, so I don't have autopilot. So I'm going to be back and forth on this, trying to keep the boat straight by myself. I see the fish out there. I would have loved for this to be the morning wahoo. Out at this depth, looks like a longer fish. All right, see what this is. Man, it is a really big barracuda. Unfortunately, check out the size of this cuda though. 100 feet of water here off the Del Rey. The planer number 4 here got triggered. After 9, I'm kind of through with my first light morning troll, so hopefully we got something to show for it. So far I've only had 1 bite, just that barracuda. That's all I've had so far this morning for a couple of hours of trolling. Nice thing about coming up north past Boca de Del Rey is there's just way less boats here, which is nice. I'm having to spend all my time dodging boats and not trolling where I want to go to troll because there's so much traffic. Whatever it is not huge. Oh man. All right, little king or a Spanish smack. Let's take the lateral lines here for. All right, I measured that little king out. So first of all, identify them as a juvenile king versus a Spanish mackerel is that lateral line across drops a little more pronounced on a king, and that one had it. He measured out 27 inches to the fork, so plenty keeper size. And those smaller kings actually taste better. So put that one on ice by myself, so I can only keep 2 kings today. So I'm gonna go. I'm in Del Rey, approaching Boynton here. I'm going to go and do a loop and head back along that same line. I'm gonna run a little bit shallower around that like 100 to 120 line, so I pick up one more king. And then I'll head out a little bit deeper on the way back south, looking for maybe some mahi or some blackfin tuna. I should be actually swapping out that deep lip planer once I'm done fishing for kings, but the autopilot isn't working today on the boat after we had a new stereo installed, had a bunch of electrical work done, and I actually don't trust myself to run number 4 and number 8 planer together without getting them tangled up. So I might just keep the deep lip lure on, but if you were by yourself out here, my advice would be like once your morning troll's over and once you're done with like taking a shot on wahoo and kings, to swap that out for another bonita stripper planer rod. All right, see what we can get back to do here, making the turn. All right, we're heading back in, 184 feet of water. I saw we passed over a bait ball, and shortly after the shotgun went off. This has got that boom bird, and it's quite a ways out there, so I'll be fighting this one for a minute for sure. In 185 feet of water, it could be anything. Could be bonita, could be blackfin tuna, could be a mahi. As long as it's not a cuda, I'm gonna be happy. It's coming in pretty easy, even on the slider tackle, so whatever it is probably isn't huge. I'm guessing it's gonna be a small bonita or blackfin tuna. Might even be 2 small fish on there. Whatever they are, they're not big. All right. It's just 2 small bonita. That was on the boom bird out there with 2 hooks, just 2 small bonita. All right, 109 feet of water. Right about the same place we caught the last one. The planer got tripped again, so if it's on there, it's not huge. We'll see what it looks like in a minute. Even though it's not been a high activity day, got 4 fish on 4 bites so far, this being the 5th bite, and it's beautiful out here. Flat, calm, gorgeous. It's warm, but not super hot yet. Even on low activity days, you can't go wrong out here. I love these solo days. I think this is gonna be on. This is not gonna be a huge one. There it is, right on top of the water. It's not huge. You don't see kings normally jump out of the water like that though. Alright, another king. That one's also going to be legal keeper size and a good eating size. So that'll be it for kings. I'll measure him, make sure he's to the fork legal length, and then we're going to head out to deeper water and see if we can find some blue water and some pelagics. I was redeploying the planer and had a monster hit on that deep lip lure, that GiA&x 140, and check this out. Bit it off. So whatever it was, probably a big wahoo, hopefully at that depth, hit it and it's gone. So that's the tricky thing about the smaller GiA&x minnows. They can get completely inhaled by bigger fish. The treble hooks are nice though, they tend to have better hookup ratios, but that's the gamble. So now I'm torn between deploying a second planer or putting a larger GiA&x 200 back on this one, but I'm gonna get everything set back up here. All right, so after measuring that second king and taking some pictures, it's like right at 24.5, 25 inches, and I have heard, not measured myself, that once they go on ice, they shrink a little bit. So in an abundance of caution, I tossed the smaller one back. I still came out deeper, so right now I am in 550 feet of water. I think I'm gonna run out to like 600 or so. Still looking for like bluer water, any kind of debris that I can find out here. It was a little bold, but I did go ahead and re-rig blue and white sea witch bonita strip on the other planer rod and put a number 8 planer on a 10-second count. I've got the other pink and white number 4 planer on a 30-second count, so hopefully keep the boat straight enough as one person to untangle these up today. We'll see. Hopefully it's a little bit of a gamble that that pays off, and a little bit less. That's the first time that I've had one of those smaller GiA&x minnows completely bitten off like that, but I have heard it's happened to other people. So heading back out here to deeper water. I might loop around. I'm still off of Del Rey, heading back a little bit towards Boynton now, so I'll probably be making a loop soon to finish heading south to pick up the family soon, but hoping to maybe find some mahi out here today. All right, 554 feet of water. The larger number 8 planer got triggered. Although it doesn't feel like anything's on. A very ambitious tiny cuda hit the hook. Look at the size of the hook compared to the size of that fish. Well, I was getting that cuda off and I found some debris over here. Again, in 550 feet of water out here off of Boynton. And this number 4 got triggered. I think it's nothing bigger in this hit, but we're gonna turn around and come back and hit this again. I think there's some fish on there. Short strike on this one. There's definitely fish there, so I'm gonna pull back and get back there. I knew there was some fish there. This one's been chasing it for a while. I mean, I'm barely going, and this one hit the outrigger, which small lure way after. This is that double squid lure that I had. So I think it's gonna be a little mahi. Looks like a little mahi, and that might be all that's on the on that debris back there, but that's all right. So I'm gonna go back and check it out. I think I saw a bigger fish lower in the water column. This is where having extra anglers on board would be great, because somebody else would already be getting bonito strips back on these and getting lines redeployed, getting us back up to speed, keeping the boat straight since autopilot isn't working today. All right, Mahi. All right, it took me a couple of minutes to get everything reset, which I don't love, but when you're by yourself and you've only got one rod left out, the other 4 are all pulled in, it takes a second to get everything back out, new baits, etc. So good news is didn't lose the spot I was on, laying down tracks and GPS and marking stuff, and the debris right out here. When I came to the first time, I saw a couple of small bar jacks on it. You just never know what you'll find on this kind of debris. So some days you come out, you got a live well full of pilchards, or I would stop and fish this with live bait, but that's not what we have going today. But you can see a bunch of small fish under there, so we got life under there, and now let's see if we can get hooked back up. All right, we just came through that debris, and number 4 planer is triggered. Don't know if it's on or not though. Starting to run short on time, but it's hard not to keep going back and hitting this debris when the fish are biting. Oh, it's not a mahi. It's a weehoo. So, this is not the size of wahoo that I was looking for today. This guy came back in pretty good shape. We're gonna send him back out. All right, back by the debris again. This time the number 8 planer got hit. Might be a missed hit that doesn't feel like anything. Darn it. Trying to leave it in gear, going like 6 knots in case there's still some fish chasing it. This one's a missed hit for sure. So we're getting bites though, so I gotta keep going back through there. Yeah, look at that. Bait completely gone. All right, I'm gonna get reset, head back through there again. There we were approaching the debris when the number 8 planer got hit. So again, didn't feel like anything big, so I was hoping that we would get a little more time to put the spread through by the debris, but didn't really get much on it. The number 4 is bouncing around a little bit though now too, but it could be because we're slower. I think it might be on. I think the number 4 is on. I'm gonna get this one out of the way, then I'll pull that one in next. Bait's gone. All right, it's another miss hit on the number 8. Let's check out number 4. Still catching fish. Oh, and actually I see another fish on out there. I think the outrigger's on too. Looks like a fish splashing around on that double squid. Oh, this one just came off. Darn, I should have been paying attention. I was looking out there to see what that was. All right. Well, now back over here, it looks like we had 3 hits. So now we're back to the outrigger, which didn't even get triggered. So this one didn't even pull out of the clip. There it goes. Oh, I hate it when I give them slack when they pop out like that when you're already going. Okay. So unfortunately, I didn't actually get to see what kind of fish that last one was on the planer. I think it was another small wahoo. It wasn't a mahi. It was had that longer torpedo shape, and we haven't seen any barracuda in here. Oh, I think this had 2 on, and one of them just got off, and there's one small one still on here. Hopefully it's a mahi, but it looks like it's something small. Now, whatever this is small now. I think there was 2 on. Either that made it seem bigger, but one of them got off. Now there's just 1 on. Oh my gosh. Well, if you thought the last wahoo was small, wait till you see this one. So I don't catch a lot of wahoo, so this is interesting to catch kind of like 3 in a row here. I actually saw what I'm guessing was a little bonita jump and attack the lines out here on the shotgun. So it's nothing big. I'm gonna keep it speed. I'm still making a slow turn to head back to that debris where I've been catching those wahoo and that mahi. But it was entertaining to watch that little guy like try to sky on that bait. A lot of my bites today have been as I was making turns, whether I was doing it to just add some swerves to the trolling pattern or actually making a turn like just right now. It's amazing how many more bites you get when the boat's turning. It might even be a small mahi, let's see. It's a little mahi, he's going back in. All right, another little mahi. That was quite a ways away from that debris, but maybe they're just kind of on that 550 line today, so I'm gonna run that back to the debris now, and then probably run that depth for a while, heading back south towards home. 580 feet of water, I was making that turn, and the number 4, I was redeploying the, this was gone, I think the whole thing is gone. I was redeploying the shotgun after catching that little mahi, and the number 8 planer triggered, and look at, the entire rig is gone. So something hit that right at the planer. Could have been another small wahoo, I guess, but now I've got to get another planer rig put back up. I'm running yo-yo here, so get it fast, get it done, get it fast. So I haven't been able to run more than like 3 lines by myself. Like I kept going through those debris area, getting 2 or 3 bites and a couple of bite offs and 1 tangle, and I've had a really hard time kind of keeping 5 lines out. So I'm down to 3 right now. I'm gonna put this on the outrigger here. So this is another, not a tuna taco, from the same maker. It's called a tuna hoochie, but in mahi color, because I've been catching some mahi today. So that's gonna go on. And then on the number 8 planer, I'm gonna put green and white with a pink and watermelon colors, sea witch on there with the bonita strip. So I'm gonna get those deployed right now. This area is fishy. I'd love to sit here and troll back and forth for the next couple of hours, but I'm due back in Pompano in an hour to pick up my family, so I'm gonna start heading back south here. I'm still off of Boynton, so I got a little ways to go here. I'm going against the current, so I'm gonna head back, but I'm gonna run this like 530 to 550 line because I'm seeing a little more debris and scattered stuff in here, and I've been getting a bunch of bites. So seems like anything on the way back. Hopefully, have a couple of mahi, make a nice mahi dinner tonight. So hopefully, I'll put a few more in the box before I get back to the family. 90 feet of water just outside of Boca Inlet. On my way back, put a couple lines in, meeting the family in about 45 minutes in Hillsboro, so give it one last shot, and the number 4 planer got hit. I was never able to deploy the other planer rod. I think the bridle is too short for it. It won't set. I tried it with a number 4 and number 6, and neither of them would set, so. Let's see what this is. This came off the side of the reef, so could be a king, cuda. Every once in a while I pick up a mutton snapper or a grouper when I'm trolling that shallow, so I see it coming in now. It's definitely a fish on. It does not look big. I think it might be another small king. Let's see what we got here. It is a Cuda. Back in the inlet, and I actually made it on time. So sometimes it's hard when you take off offshore to come back and meet the family for a half day of fishing, especially when the bite is good. But proud of myself, nailed it today. So heading back underneath the 14th Street Bridge, picking them up at Sands along with the Murskies. And today was solid. So caught 12 fish total on 19 bites. Went through 3 packs of bonito strips, got a few bites on the outrigger lures and a couple on the shotgun. Wound up being, like, for a low forecast day, like decent day out there. Nothing huge though. I think I lost the biggest fish when it inhaled the entire DTX minnow and cut it off. So the 180-pound mono was all chafed up, so sharp teeth right through it. And I think that may have been my only lesson learned, minus the bridle size of the planer that I was running. So the bridle was cut too short, so I had to just put move the smaller planer to that one, and then put the larger, closer planer on the longer bridle closer to the boat. So I only ran 4 lines for a while. That was an easy fix. I could have had 2 planers in the water for probably about a half an hour of that trolling, but I think overall, like, probably no harm done. And other than that, like, pretty solid day on the water. So looking forward to getting out here more. It should be cooling off pretty soon. And working on a new maturity model for fishing, offshore fishing, that I'll be posting soon, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos.